Namaste, friends, and welcome to the practice today. As you know, we are all under a quarantine, and so I'm releasing these videos every few days, just so that you have a little bit of something different in order to practice every day or every other day. Just making sure that we stay active during these times of isolation. I invite you to start your practice today coming into your most comfortable seated position. So bringing the feet wherever is comfortable, so you can bring both ankles under the knees or under the calves, find an easy seat. You can bring one ankle up on top of a calf, the other ankle underneath the opposite calf, or you can find full lotus, whatever is in your practice. Rooting down through the sit bones, we inhale, reach through the crown of the head, roll the shoulders forward, up and back, having them align on the back of the spine. Do that one more time. Inhale, forward, up and back. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, drop the left arm down first. Inhale, reach through that top arm. Exhale, bending over to the left. Inhale, reaching through that upper arm, through the right arm. Good. Inhale, back up through center. Both arms up overhead. Exhale, that opposite arm down, the right arm down to the ground. Inhale, reach through that top arm, through the left arm, and exhale, bending over to the right. Really feel the length as you stretch up. Feel the length all the way down that left side, from the left hip bone, from the left sitting bone, all the way up through the side body, all the way up through the fingertips here. Inhale, both arms back up overhead. We'll exhale, take a twist off to our right first. Inhale, reach through the crown of the head as we use that front hand on the knee to twist, and the back hand behind us to post and straighten out the spine as we twist over to our right. Keeping the shoulders open here. You can look back over that right shoulder. Inhale, both arms back up overhead. Exhale, take a twist off to the left. Again, inhaling, we straighten the spine with that back hand, and exhale, we twist a little bit further using that front hand on the knee. Good. Inhale, we'll come back up overhead. We'll exhale, bring the hands down in front of the body. Slowly walk the hands out. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, fold once more, bringing the crown of the head down to the ground, or as close to the ground as you can. Inhaling, walking the hands back in. We'll come up onto our knees here, bringing our hands to the small of our back. We're going to inhale, push the hips forward as the gaze comes up to the sky. We're squeezing our shoulder blades together behind us as we open up across the chest, across the collarbone here. And if it's in your practice, you can come up onto your toes and reach down for the ankles, finding full camel. Staying with the breath here, inhaling and exhaling. 2 more breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Good. After that last exhale, inhale, slowly walk the hands back up, bring the head in line, sit back onto your heels, bring your hands out in front of us. We'll just do some small finger exercises and wrist exercises. So just spreading the fingers here. Since we're all working from home, this is a great exercise for everyone right now. Anyone that's at a keyboard all day, just spreading the fingers really wide and then closing. Good. And then we're just going to rock the hands out and in here. So we're just as controlled as we can, keeping the palms flat towards the ground. We're rocking the outside of our edge of our hand out and then moving the thumbs in close as we can. Good. And then pushing through the palms, fingers point up, and then curl down into fists. Inhale, point the fingers up. Exhale, down into fists. One more time. Inhale, curl the fingers up, and then down into fists. And then we'll flip the hands over, palms face the ceiling. We'll spread the fingers again, starting with that, keeping the palms as flat as we can. Arms are extended here. We're really reaching through the back. So we're rounding the back as much as we can as we spread the fingers here. And then we're going to rock the hands out and in. Again, trying to keep the palms flat towards the ceiling as we rock the hands out and in. And it doesn't have to be a big movement. Just trying to keep our hands flat. Good. Pointing the fingers down towards the ground and then curling your hands up into fists. Curling the fingers down, pushing through the palms of the hand and then curling up into fists. One more time. Down and then curl up into fists. Shake those arms out. Come down, bring your hands down to the mat. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Stack your hips over your knees, finding tabletop. And we'll just do some cat-cows here. So inhaling, dropping the belly, gaze comes up. Exhale, rounding the spine, gaze comes back to the thighs. Inhale, rounding the spine, gaze comes up. Exhale, starting with the tailbone, gaze comes back. Really pushing through the palms of our hand here on cat. And then inhale. As we inhale, we start with the very small of our back, and the wave goes all the way up to the crown of our head, and we're pulling back with the palms of our hands here as we come into cow. And then as we exhale, we're pushing through the palms of our hand as the tailbone rounds all the way up through the crown of the head. Do that a few more times at your own pace here. Just inhaling, rounding, exhale, rounding. Good. One more time, inhale, drop the belly, gaze comes up. Exhale, round the spine, and then come into a neutral position. Bring the hands one handprint in front of where they are. Curl the toes under. Inhale, push up and back, finding downward facing dog. And 3 full cycles of breath here. Maybe walk the dog. Maybe lift one heel and the other. Maybe rock, sway the hips back and forth. Whatever feels good in your practice. Maybe round forward into a plank, just to check and make sure that you're in the proper position. So as we roll forward, our shoulders are stacked over our wrists, and then exhale, we push back, and that's the proper distance for our downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, roll forward one more time. Exhale, come down, knees, chest, chin, all the way to the ground. Inhale, slither forward, up into cobra. Exhale, down, curl the toes under. Inhale, push up. Exhale, push back. And find those 3 full cycles of breath here. Good. Inhale, looking forward, stepping those feet up to the hands. As we come up to the hands, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up with a flat back. Exhale, fold once more. Inhale, reach and rise all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center and pause. One full inhale and exhale here. Good. Inhale, reach and rise the hands all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up with a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands. Step one leg back, then the other. Come down, knees, chest, chin, all the way down to the ground. Inhale, slither forward, finding cobra. Exhale, down. Bring the hands down by the sides, palms face up. We'll bring the heels together. On your next inhale, come up, find locust pose. Staying with the breath here. Squeezing those heels together. Squeezing the shoulder blades together as we bring our hands back. A few more breaths. And exhale down. Finding one cheek or the other. You can bend the knees. Windshield wiper the feet from side to side. Coming back to stillness, lowering both knees down, or both feet down. We'll come back, bringing the chin to center. You can find another locust pose, or you can find a bow here. If you're finding bow, grabbing the tops of the feet or the ankles. We'll inhale, coming up into bow or our locust. Taking deep breaths here, enough so that it rocks us a little bit. We can feel the inhale and exhale. Good. One more deep inhale. Exhale, come down. Find the opposite cheek. Bend the knees. Windshield wiper the feet from side to side slowly. Good. Exhale, bring the feet all the way down to the ground. We'll bring the hands up by the sides. Palms face the ground. Curl the toes in. Inhale, push up. Exhale, push back. Finding downward facing dog. 3 full cycles of breath here. Good. On your next inhale, inhale the right leg up to the sky. We'll bend that knee, stack open the right hip over the left, keeping the shoulders level, keeping equal pressure through the palms. Maybe rotate the hip one way. Maybe rotate the hip the opposite way. Inhale that leg back up through center. Maybe rotate the ankle one way. Maybe rotate the ankle the opposite way. Exhale, bring the knee into the chest, hold it up there, and then lower that right foot down. We'll drop that back knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. And find yourself in Anjaneyasana, low lunge. We can bend a little bit forward, pushing through that left knee. We're just really stretching, trying to stretch the hip flexor out, stretch the iliopsoas on the left side here. Feeling the stretch all the way up through the left side, all the way from the left knee, all the way up through the fingertips. Good. Inhale, bring the arms back up in line, stacking that right knee over the right ankle. We'll exhale, bring the hands down in front of the chest. Inhale, both arms outside the front right elbow or front right knee. Hook the left elbow. Exhale, bring both hands in towards the chest. Finding a twist here. Stacking the shoulders. Keeping both hips parallel towards the front of the mat. Taking as deep a breath as we can here. Good. Inhale, slowly unwind, arms come up. Exhale, bring both hands down. Walk the hands back. You can either stay up on that left knee or you can bring the glutes down to the heels. Inhale, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, fold over that front right leg. Finding a nice hamstring stretch here. Making sure to keep that front foot active as we do this. Protecting the knee. Good. Inhale, walking the hands back forward. Bringing the palms of the hands to the mat, curling the back toes under. We'll bring that right foot back to meet left. Come down knees, chest, chin, or you can come down chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. And then we'll look forward. Inhale, step or hop the feet up to the hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up with a flat back. Exhale, fold once more. Inhale, reach and rise all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. Pausing here for one full inhale and exhale. Then we'll inhale, reach the arms up, sitting the glutes back, finding Utkatasana, chair pose. And again, checking in, making sure that we can see all 10 of our toes. The back is straight, tailbone is pointed down, arms are up. Reaching through the chest, through the collarbone. So we're really opening up, and we're trying to open up and not round the spine here. Couple more breaths. Maybe sit back just a little bit deeper. Good. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up with a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands. Step or hop both feet back. Moving through a vinyasa here, so knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. And take 3 full cycles of breath here. Good. On your next inhale, inhale that left leg up to the sky. We'll bend that knee, stack open the hip here. And again, we can do some hip circles. That feels good. Or maybe we just stay stacking that hip over the right. Inhale the leg back up to the sky, rotate the ankle one way, rotate the ankle the opposite way. Exhale, bring the knee into the chest, and then exhale, bring the left foot down. Drop that back knee. Inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, settle into Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Again, we're pushing through that right knee this time, feeling that stretch all the way up through the hip flexor muscles, up through the iliopsoas, all the way up the body to the fingertips here. Good. On your next inhale, slowly rising back up, making sure to stack that left knee over the left ankle this time. Exhale, bring both hands down in front of the heart. We'll inhale the arm outside of that left knee, hooking the right elbow. Exhale, bring the hands in towards the chest. Stacking left shoulder over right this time. The gaze can be out to the side, or it can be up. You can have it down, but if it's down, try not to round into that bottom side. So we're really extending through the crown of the head here as we're twisting. Good, a few more breaths. On your next inhale, slowly unwind, arms come up. Exhale, bring the hands down, walk them back. You can stay up on that back knee, or you can come down, bringing the glute down to the heel. Inhale, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, fold. And as we fold here, we're really pulling the belly in, the lower belly. So we're using the band of abdominals that tightens like a belt. And we want to bring that belly button back towards the spine as we fold forward here. The transverse abdominis. Good, a few more breaths here. On your next inhale, slowly walking the hands forward, bending into that front knee one more time. Bring the palms to the mat. Bring that left foot back to knee right. You can come down knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga here. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. And taking those 3 full cycles of breath here. Good. On your next inhale, slowly walking, or you can hop the feet up to the hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up with a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands. step that right leg back first. We'll drop that back heel. Just check in with the hips here, making sure that they're parallel to each other. And then we'll bend into that left knee and inhale, reach the arms up, finding Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. And as we do this, we're making sure that we're wrapping our right hip around. So we're keeping the hips parallel as we pull the left hip back, trying to get this front knee as parallel to the mat as we can. And the back foot, we're pushing through the back edge of that back foot, keeping the back leg straight. Arms are up. Good. We'll exhale, bring both hands back behind us. Interlace the fingers here. Inhale, reach the crown up. And we can exhale, either come over that front leg and just hold here, or if it's in your practice, you can come into humble warrior, bringing the crown of the head down towards the ground, keeping a slight bend in the elbows as we reach the hands up towards the sky. Or again, just hovering over that front leg. And if it's hard to interlace the fingers, you can always grab hand to forearm here, and just rest the arms on the back. We just want to make sure that the back is straight here. So we're not rounding the back. We're reaching through the crown of the head. And then we are either finding humble warrior, or we're keeping that back straight. Chest is open as we're hovering over that front leg. On your next inhale, slowly rising back up, bringing the arms up. We'll straighten that front leg, bring the left hand down to the left thigh, and then bring the right hand all the way down to the ground, and then the left hand down to the ground. Finding a nice hamstring stretch here, pyramid pose. Letting the head and neck relax. Not holding the head up here. Good. We're going to plant that right hand down, and we're going to inhale, reach that left arm up to the sky, or we can always keep that left hand on our hip, but we're just twisting open to our left. So we're stacking our left shoulder over our right shoulder here, and then we can always extend the arm up. We're keeping that back foot planted still. Good. Finding deep, full breaths here. Exhale, bringing that left hand down. We'll walk the hands out, just another handprint in front of where they are, and then come up onto that left leg, bring the right leg up in line with the body. So we're using that glute to really lift the right leg, but we're dropping the right hip down. We'll plant that right hand, and again, we can keep that left hand on the left hip as we rotate the shoulder open, or we can open up to the side, finding twisted half moon on this side. Trying to keep that leg up as high as we can, keeping the back foot active. Toes are pointed towards the ground. Exhale, bring that left hand down. Point that right foot up to the sky. Finding standing split here. You can walk the hands back towards the left foot for a little balance. Good. And then bring the right foot behind the left. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold over both legs, finding a nice hamstring stretch again. This time on the right side. Good. Taking full deep breaths here. On your next inhale, come halfway up. Bring that right foot back in line with the left. Exhale, fold. Step both legs back. Come down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, looking forward, stepping or hopping the feet up to the hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center and pause. Taking a full inhale and exhale. Inhale, sitting back, finding Utkatasana, chair pose. Checking in with the toes, checking in with the back, making sure that we are in the correct position. Good. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up with a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop the feet back. Moving through vinyasa here, so knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. It's a upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog, and 3 full cycles of breath. Good. Inhale, looking forward, stepping or hopping the feet up to the hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up with a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step the left leg back this time. We'll drop that back heel, checking in with the hips, making sure that we're stacking or that the hips are parallel to the front of the mat. And then we'll bend into that front right leg. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, finding Virabhadrasana 1 on this side. And again, pushing through that back heel, trying to keep the front leg as parallel as we can to the mat, but we also want to keep the hips square to the front of the mat. So keeping the hips square is more important than keeping this front leg parallel to the mat. Doesn't matter how deep we go, if we're in the hips, we're in warrior 2 rather than warrior 1. Warrior 1, we want the hips square to the front of the mat. Inhale the arms up and just relax here. Just finding the breath. Good. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands back behind you, flipping the cross of the fingers this time, or again, grabbing hand to forearm. We'll inhale, reach the hands down, and then exhale, bending over that front right leg, or if it's in your practice, exhaling, finding all the way down to humble warrior, keeping slight bends in the elbows as we reach the hands up to the sky. Taking long, slow breaths here, whichever we're in, whether we're in humble warrior or whether we're just having our hands back behind us, just balancing over this front leg. We want to keep our back straight as we're pushing through that back heel and we're bending into that front leg. So if we're hovering over this leg, it's really nice to just feel the chest open, gaze is forward, chin is slightly tucked. That way it keeps our spine completely straight. Good. Inhale, slowly rise back up. Arms come up to the sky. Straighten that front leg. Right hand comes down to the right thigh. Left hand comes all the way down to the ground. Then you can bring the right hand down to the ground. Again, finding pyramid pose. Making sure that our hips are still square to the front of the mat. Good. Letting the head and neck relax down towards the ground. Planting that left hand, we're going to inhale the right arm up, finding twisted pyramid on this side. Or again, we can keep that right hand on our right hip, and we're just twisting the shoulders open. So we're just stacking the right shoulder over the left this time. And we're using that lower hand. We're pushing the left shoulder underneath the right, opening up the chest towards the right side, setting ourselves up for twisted half moon in just a second. Exhale, bring that right hand back down, step the hands, one handprint in front of where they are, bring that left leg up in line with the body. Then we can plant that left hand down, bring that right hand over to the right hip, making sure that the hips are squared off here, really raising that left leg up as high as we can using the glutes. And then you can inhale that right arm all the way up to the sky if that's in your practice. Good. Stacking that right shoulder over the left. Exhale, bring that right hand down in line with the body, reaching the left leg up to the sky. You can walk the hands back towards the right ankle here, finding a little balance. Good. Inhale, come halfway up. Bring that left leg behind right, and then exhale, fold over both legs. Finding a nice hamstring stretch on the opposite side. Taking full deep breaths here. Inhale, come halfway up. Bring that left leg in line with the right. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center and pause. One full inhale and exhale here. And then inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up with a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands. Step or hop the feet back. And then move through your vinyasa. So knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Throw in a push-up here. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. And you can come into Balasana now. So bringing the knees down to the mat. They can either be narrow or you can bring the knees out to the sides and the big toes together. And just bring the head down towards the mat. Finding relaxation here, a little rest. Before we move into the second half of our practice, we just want to focus on what we've done so far, feeling all of the muscles that we've used. Good. Taking full deep breaths here. On your next inhale, slowly walking the hands in, raising yourself up, bringing the knees together if they were apart. We'll bring the hands out in front of us, curl the toes under. Inhale, pushing the hips up towards the sky, finding downward facing dog. And then we're going to inhale, roll forward. Bring that right leg up in line with the body. Bring that right knee over to the right elbow, holding it up as high as we can. And then we're going to kick that right leg straight back. Bring the side of the left foot down to the ground. Stack that right foot on top of it. Inhale the right arm up to the sky. Finding side plank here. You can bring that top leg up or in a tree pose. Or you can even go for yogi toe lock. Whatever's in your practice. Good. One more inhale and then exhale, bring that right hand down, pushing back into downward facing dog. We'll inhale, look forward, stepping or hopping the feet up to the hands. Exhale, fold, sit the hips back. Inhale, reach the arms up, finding chair pose, Utkatasana. Bring the toes together to touch. We'll exhale, bring the hands down in front of the chest. Inhale outside of the right leg first, hooking that left elbow. Exhale, bring the hands in towards the chest. And from here, if side crow is in your practice and you'd like to try that now, just bring the hands down to the ground, making a small shelf with our tricep, our left tricep, and just leaning over onto that left tricep, bringing the legs up. And from here, you can separate the legs or do whatever is in your practice. You can expand, open the arms here. And exhale. If you were in side crow or arms expanded, just close them off. Coming back to just twisted chair. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up with a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop both feet back, and move through your vinyasa, so knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. And find 3 full cycles of breath here. Good. Inhaling, slowly rolling forward into that plank. We'll bring our left leg up this time in line with our body, and then bring the left knee over to the left elbow, raising that left leg up as high as we can. Pushing through the hands, the palms of the hands here. Inhale, reach that left leg straight back. Coming down onto the side of the right foot, we'll stack that left hand or that left foot, and then bring that left hand up to the sky, finding side plank on this side. And again, finding whatever variation with that top leg works for us. Exhale, bring that left hand back down to the mat. Pushing back into a downward facing dog for just a minute. Inhale, looking forward, stepping or hopping those feet up to the hands. Exhale, fold. Sitting the hips back. Inhale, reach the arms up. Bring the toes together to touch. Exhale, bring the hands down in front of the chest. Inhale, the arms outside of the left leg this time, hooking that right elbow. Exhale, bring the hands in towards the heart. Stacking left shoulder over right. And again, finding side crow if that's in your practice, or you can just open the arms here. Maybe sitting back just a little bit deeper. Making sure to balance out both sides. Good. Slowly coming back out of whatever version you were in. Finding our heart, our hands pressed in front of our heart. We'll inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up with a flat back. Exhale, fold. Step or hop the feet back. Moving through vinyasa here. Good. Inhaling to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. And 3 full cycles of breath. Good. Looking forward on your next inhale, stepping or hopping the feet up to the hands. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center and pause. We'll move through a standing version, a standing flow now. So first we'll exhale, bring our right knee up into our chest. You can grab the knee here, or if you know that you can extend the leg out, you're more than welcome to do yogi toe lock or grab the bottom of the foot here. And we're just going to slowly rotate that right hip open. So bringing that right knee out to the side, keeping the right foot flexed, and the right toes are out to the side of the body. And then what we want to do is we want to try to drop the right hip down at the same time. So if you can open up to the side, drop the right hip down, find length in that right side body. Good. It's not about how far we go, it's about the proper stacking technique. So it's all about where our body is oriented in space. That is what is the most important. And from here, bring your right foot on the inside of your left leg. Since we're already halfway there, we're going to find a tree. So either above your knee on your thigh, below your knee on your calf, or you can find kickstand here. And what we want to do is keep that hip orientation the same as we just had. So our hips are level, our right knee is being pointing out, and our toes are pointed in the same way as in the same orientation as our left leg. Then we can bring the hands in front of the heart and then inhale up into the sky. And from here, maybe there's wind in the trees and you just flow back and forth a little bit. Maybe you bring your right hand down to your right knee and then just bend over as far as you can to your right, having a little bit of balance, because we have to take our center of balance and move it just a bit to the left as we lean over to our right. Inhale, both arms back up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands down in front of the chest. Bring the knee up into the chest, and then exhale, kick that right foot straight back, finding Virabhadrasana 3 on this side. Hands can stay in front of the chest. They can reach up overhead, or they can be back behind you. Just finding a little bit more effort on this left leg before we move on to the right. A few more breaths. Good. And on your next inhale, slowly rising back up, bring that right leg back in line with the left, and then shake out that left foot. Whew, did a lot of work. It's good though. Every single time we get stronger, even though it feels like the foot is still weak as I tried when I first started. So finding our way back to Samastihi, or equal standing pose. We'll come onto our right foot, bring the left knee into the body this time. And then again, we can bring that left knee out to the side, making sure to keep a length between our armpit and our left hip as we're moving that left knee out to the side here. So we're balancing the level of the hips as we're opening the hip out to the left, keeping that foot flexed. Taking deep, full breaths here. Good. Exhale, bring that knee or that foot in towards the right leg, finding a purchase for that sole either on the thigh, above the knee, on the calf, below the knee, or kickstand. And again, we're just maintaining that same balance that we just did. So we're keeping the length in the left side as we are opening up that left knee, and then we can bring the hands in front of the chest. Inhale the arms up overhead. And from here, we can find a little breeze in our trees, or we can bring that left hand down to the left knee, and then slowly, slowly, slowly arch over towards the left with that right hand, finding a little challenge to the balance here. Good. Inhaling, bring both arms back up. Exhale, bring the knee into the chest, the hands down in front of the heart, And then inhale, kick the left foot straight back, finding warrior 3 on this side. And the hands can remain in front of the heart, back in airplane, or up over the head. We're just giving a little bit more effort to that right foot, balancing it out with the left. A few more breaths here. Good. One more inhale and exhale, and then on your next inhale, slowly rising back up. Bring both hands up overhead. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up with a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands. Step both feet back or hop them back, and then move through probably our final vinyasa. So knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to downward facing dog. Taking 3 full cycles of breath here. Bring the thumbs together to touch. We can either step or hop our feet to the outside of our hands, finding yogi squat, malasana. And from here, just reaching that tailbone down as we reach through the crown of our head. And we'll just do some small up and down movements here. So we're going to inhale, lengthen through the spine, through the legs, all the way up. And then exhale, sitting all the way back down with a straight back. Inhale, reach and rise all the way up with a straight back. Exhale, down with a straight back. One more time, inhale, reach and rise. And then exhale, coming down one more time, finding malasana. And from here, if crow is in your practice, you can find that. So just finding a small shelf with your triceps and just letting the knees find their way onto the shelves, and then slowly bring both legs up. And then the gaze is slightly forward here. Maybe finding headstand if that's in your practice. Coming down to tripod. We can bring the knees up on to the elbows and then slowly push the feet straight up. And then slowly lower the knees back down to the elbows, and then lower the feet back down to the ground. And that's how we go in and out of tripod headstand and also crow. So just playing around with it, whatever's in your practice, just have fun with it. Good. Everyone finding their way back to malasana. And we'll just bring our hands back behind us and slowly sit down, bring the feet out long in front of us, planting through the hands, through the palms of the hands. We'll reach through the crown of the head, finding Talasana, staff pose. So making sure that we're pulling the belly button back towards the spine, and then we're also reaching through the crown of the head. So we're trying to keep as straight a back as possible. Inhale, the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold over both legs. Finding a forward fold here, relaxing the head and neck. Good. Inhaling, walking the hands back in, planting the hands behind us. The fingers can either be towards the body or out to the sides, depending on how it feels on your wrists. And you can either have the legs straight out, or you can bring the feet in about hip distance apart with the soles of the feet towards the mat. We're going to find reverse plank or reverse table here. So reverse table, we're just pushing the hips up as we plant both the palms and the soles of the feet on the mat. And then for reverse plank, we're just keeping our legs straight as we inhale. We just push through the palms of our hands, keeping the chin slightly tucked in either reverse plank or reverse table here. So we don't want to wrench that neck back. We want to keep the neck in line with the rest of the spine here. Exhale, slowly coming back down. Walking the hands in. We'll inhale, reach up towards the sky. One more time. Exhale, fold over both legs. Finding that forward fold. One more time. Good. Inhaling, walking the hands back in. Bring the right leg in towards the body. Wrapping the left arm around the right leg. Inhale, the right arm straight back. Plant it behind you. Inhale, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, twist. And you can always bring that left arm to the outside of the right leg if that's in your practice, finding a little bit more twisting. Good. Inhale back through center, drop that right knee down, keeping the right leg bent. Inhale, both arms up overhead, twist the torso over top of the left leg, pull the bottom belly back towards the spine, and then exhale, fold over that front left leg. Finding a really deep stretch here. Good. Inhaling, walking those hands back in. Bring that right leg out, walking the left leg in. We'll curl that right arm around the left leg this time. Inhale that left arm straight back, plant it behind us. And then inhale, reach through the crown of the head, exhale, twist. Keeping that front right foot active here. And again, we can bring that right arm to the outside of the left knee if that's in your practice for a little bit more of a twist. Good. Inhaling, slowly unwinding, bring that left knee down to the ground. Inhale, reach the arms up, bring the torso over top of that right leg. Bring the belly back towards the spine. Exhale, fold over that front right leg. Finding a really deep hamstring stretch here. Good. Inhaling, walking those hands back in. Bring both legs out in front of us. We'll bring the soles of the feet to the mat, bring the arms out, and then slowly, slowly, slowly lower all the way down to the mat. And once you reach the mat, bring the knees into the chest, maybe grabbing the bottoms of the soles of the feet for happy baby here, maybe extending one leg out and the other, finding whatever you need before we move into Savasana. So if there is another pose that you would like to do, something else to complete your practice, feel free. We have a few minutes, a couple minutes. And then I will do a short Yoga Nidra and then a little Savasana. And that's how we'll end today. So making yourself comfortable, finding your way down onto your mat. Finding any props that you might need. All right, so now that we've found our way down into Savasana, I'd like you to just take one deep inhale Inhale, inhale, inhale. Hold that inhale at the top. And then exhale, let it all out through the mouth. Relax the shoulders, relax the legs, making sure that the legs are a little bit wider than the hips. Sides of the feet are rolling down towards the ground. Hands are out by your sides, palms face up. The tops of our shoulders are as close to the ground as we can make them. So bringing your arms out a little bit further might allow those shoulders to just open just a little bit more. We just want to find that pose as we relax here. We don't want our back to be hunched. We want to be open. We want our heart to be open as we find our way in Shavasana here. And then we'll start with just a small body rotation. So just having your consciousness flip from each body part that I named to the next, not getting hung up on the last one or thinking about the next one. Just listen to my voice, moving from one part to the other, starting as we always do with the right hand thumb. First finger, second finger, third finger, pinky finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, right collarbone, right chest, side body, the right abdomen, the right hip, right thigh, knee, the lower leg, the ankle, the heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, the right big toe, first toe, second toe, third toe, pinky toe. Moving to the left hand thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, pinky finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, left collarbone, left chest, side body, left abdominals, left hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, first toe, second toe, third toe, pinky toe, both heels, both calves, both thighs, the right glute, the left glute, the right lower back, the left lower back, the right middle back, the left middle back, the right shoulder blade, the left shoulder blade, the whole of the spine, the right upper back, the left upper back, the back of the neck, the back of the head, the crown of the head, the forehead, the eyebrow center, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, right temple, left temple, right eyelid, left eyelid, right eye, left eye, right cheek, left cheek, right ear, left ear, right nostril, left nostril, the upper lip, the tongue, the lower lip, the jaw, the front of the neck, the heart, the heart, the heart. Relaxing into Shavasana. Letting thoughts come and go. Not attaching to any individual thought. Feeling ourselves drifting away. Slowly starting to deepen the breath, wiggling the fingers and the toes, rolling out the wrists and the ankles, starting to bring deeper breaths back to the body, inhaling into a full body stretch, finding a nice deep inhale and then exhale, bringing the knees in towards the chest, maybe rocking back and forth gently here. Then slowly making your way onto one side of the body or the other, the right or the left. And pausing here, reflecting on the practice. Taking with you anything that will help you off the mat and leaving behind anything that won't. Slowly make your way up to a seated position, the way that we started class. Moving slowly, staying with the breath, keeping the eyes closed, or just a soft gaze. And I'd like to close class with just one deep inhale and exhale, an Om, 3 Shantis, and a closing Om. If you'd like to join in, please do. Inhale deeply. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale for Om. Om. Shanti. 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 Om. The light that exists within me, seen as and honors the light within each and every one of you. Thank you for having your practice with me today. Together we are stronger. Namaste.